After watching Why Girls Don't Like Math, I kept asking myself if many women have an interest in math and other STEM classes. If the data that represents women in STEM fields is so low, there must be a reason. Throughout the video, I kept waiting for them to give reasons that would reveal an answer. The entire time they seemed to be trying to encourage younger girls to like math. I understand and agree that everyone should be encouraged to explore a variety of fields. The unconscious gender bias that is created by advertisements does not help, but forcing STEM on women just to increase their representation seems extreme. Instead, I think that we need to do more research before sending every girl to science camp against their will. I cannot believe that there were teachers that actually discouraged women from taking STEM classes and applying themselves to these fields. In my opinion, we are human beings before gender even comes into question. I realize that this may be happening, but how do you change these terrible people who are creating the cycle that was talked about in our reading? Without strong leaders in the STEM fields, how can we hope to encourage young women? By promoting equality. There's also so many things wrong with many of our systems. Women should be valued and viewed as equals because they are. Male teachers should never discourage a student because of their gender. Women teachers should not discourage students because of gender either. People should be able to study what they're interested in. We should teach people to have confidence and resolve to deal with negative attitudes that will try to get in their way. This is a tough topic to relate to because I'm a male member of society, but it doesn't exclude my experience. I grew up with 2 sisters and no brothers. I'm a male who chose the arts instead of STEM. It's true that there are so many ways people can be discouraged, but in the end, we still have to choose to do what makes us happy. I talked with my wife after seeing what this week's topic was because I didn't believe that this was a real thing. Sure, they have all the data listed on the charts that show a low representation of women in STEM, but is this accurate? Are they asking the right questions? It doesn't seem like all women can have discouraging teachers in these fields. It doesn't seem like unconscious bias can attribute for this negative correlation. I didn't choose math or science because, in my opinion, it's a field based on replication and monotony. The arts allow me to work with people, and that's what interests me. On the topic of single-sex classes, they might be great for teaching, but they're not practical for transitioning women into real-world interactions. Unless they want to start an all-woman company, they need to learn to work with men, and vice versa. Instead of separating men and women, we should help both sides interact with one another more. If there's a difference in the way that men and women process information and work together, it could be beneficial to acknowledge that and teach them instead of waiting around for change and guessing why women's numbers decrease. This assignment asks if the claims we have reviewed are supported sufficiently, and I have to say no. We walk around the topic a lot, and everyone has made great observations, but no one's actually answered the question. Why is there a declining representation of women in STEM? There are many solutions thrown at a dartboard, but this is not about one problem. There are many women with different experiences, and they all have different reasons why they chose not to go into STEM. We need to treat women with the same as men. We need to encourage both men and women to explore fields that interest them and stop letting gender stereotypes defeat us all.